My name is Blue. I am a first-year student at Hampshire College. The fact that I didn't die when I was in my early teens, I feel like I owe a huge debt to the universe for that. I've put myself in so many positions where I just should have died. I got into drugs, ran away from home when I was 15, and at that point I'd been using heroin for about a year and a half. I started when I was 14. I spent 18 months in rehab in Utah. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. Beyond just getting sober, having to face my mental health issues and having to face the damage that I had done to my life when I was using. I just celebrated 3 years sober. So I kind of realized that I was able to be more open about my story than a lot of people are able to be. And I think it's a really important thing to speak frankly about mental health issues and about addiction, especially. I grew up with a lot of dogs. We've always had like at least 10 dogs. My first dog was a collie named Winnie, he was just the love of my life. But unfortunately, he was hit by a car and he did die. And that was probably the most difficult thing that ever happened to me. And I'm saying that as a recovering heroin addict. So like, I have a tattoo on my arm, which I got a couple of months after Winnie died. I still cry about it sometimes. Like he was the first dog that was ever really mine. And then I was able to get Posey. Like, she is the reason that I get up and go to bed safe every single day. She keeps me sober. And the other important thing about my family that I think is really influential to who I am is that my grandmother was Jean Kirkpatrick, who was the ambassador to the UN under Ronald Reagan. She was the only woman in his cabinet at that time. I think she went a long way to showing women that they could be in politics and that they could be forceful and that they didn't need to be graceful to make a difference and to be important and to have a loud voice. People ask me a lot what I want to do, and I feel kind of uncomfortable saying that I would like to run for public office because I think maybe that sounds a little like overly ambitious, but whatever I end up doing, I just want to always have a voice. Something that excites me is watching young people get into politics and like really dig into it. I love when the debates get a little bit heated. That's my favorite thing. Incongruency with reality in general scares me a lot in the news, in the media, with our leaders in particular. Like this misalignment with what's actually happening in the world and what they're representing as happening in the world. I think that's really damaging because people inherently believe people in positions of power, and they're believing lies if they do that, and that scares me a lot. I think that there are things we can do to make the world better, both on like a really minor scale and on a really major scale, and I think that the important thing is finding like where you fall on that scale, because not everybody is going to run for Congress, but I think that probably the more important people are the people who are doing little things every day to make a difference and like demonstrating through their own lives and just the way that they live their lives, the values that we are trying to represent as we try to create changes in this country. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing and why are you doing it? I think that people don't think enough about this. Like, what is my intention in the actions that I take and the decisions that I make? Am I living in an intentional way? Am I doing everything I can be doing to be my best self, to live my best life, and to make the best world that I can possibly make through my actions and my own living decisions? Just that we are the hope and the future of the world, so it's our responsibility to live up to that expectation. We can't afford to sit back and be actionless in this moment, especially as young people. I do believe that at the end of the day, the world is a good place and the people are good. I have a lot of hope and a lot of excitement that we will see things change and get better.